All right, class, today's question is, what is a woman? Angel?
Someone with long hair?
Perfect. I'm a woman.
Yeah, I think so.
No, a woman is anyone who identifies as a woman.
I identify as a woman.
It doesn't work like that.
Why?
Wait, so how does it work? It's about how someone identify. So if he says he's a woman, he's not. Why?
Ennis.
It's right here.
Oh, hell no.
What?
Cloud, sit down.
That shirt is offensive.
Which word?
And this is why we're having this class. I don't get it.
It's not looking good, guys. The WNBA is apparently facing potential litigation as they are trying to soft ban Inez Kanter Freedom without directly telling him, along with Royce White as well, who I guess we haven't seen as prominently in the news. But this comes after there's this controversy where he allegedly went onto the court, which obviously you could tell by the clips that have been circulating that he never actually went onto the court, and had this issue with Natasha Cloud where numerous reports have stated that she appears to be the one who instigated the conflict by mentioning something about how Sophie wasn't going to sleep with him, right? So according to what I can tell, it appears as though Inez was cheering on Sophie, and then Cloud, being pressed because she's jealous of Sophie and attention she's getting, saying she's not going to sleep with you, bro, and then starts approaching him.
6-point basketball game. And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena.
He gets up, slightly approaches back, even though Cloud was clearly the aggressor here. And then all of a sudden he's a big bad boogeyman and woe is me and how dare you approach a woman and all of this other nonsense, right? We got to get beyond this point of infantilizing women. I do think that men and women are different, but I don't think that we should treat them like little babies and toddlers where literally a guy takes a step toward a woman and now he's a threat. The owner of the Chicago Sky literally tried to say that Inez approaching Cloud was like a gun being fired.
Why wasn't Enos given a warning?
I can only answer for the reason. Just, I mean, you're kind of making me repeat over and over, so I think at some point we need to move on. But he wasn't given a warning because certain threats don't get warnings. He was given a lot of leeway. As I said, he was sitting there and he was trash talking her and all that. So he was certainly given leeway. But at a certain point, you know, when somebody, I mean, to use an extreme example, when you shoot a gun at someone, you don't get a warning, don't do that again. It's, you know, your action doesn't deserve a warning. You take action that becomes a threat, you don't get a warning.
You gotta be kidding me with this, guys. Just tell me that you don't want us to take WNBA seriously without telling us you don't want us to take the WNBA seriously. But I want to go ahead and react to Inez going into additional detail about what happened on that day, along with the possibility of litigation. Let's get into this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
All right. I've looked at the tape. I wasn't there, but I looked at it. I looked at it very closely. And what I see was late in the third quarter, Chicago Sky player Natasha Cloud turned from the court. From what I can see, she approached you, seemed to be yelling at you, cursing at you, is what the reports I've read. What happened?
So thank you for having me, brother. So at the end of the third quarter, right, they put Sophie Cunningham in, which was my friend. She shot a three. I literally put my hand up in the air to celebrate it. The next position, Natasha Cloud came back and said, she's not going to sleep with you. Literally, as soon as I heard that, I turned around to my manager. I'm like, did she really said that? The next position, she came back. I was like, I'm not here to sleep with her. I'm actually trying to support my friend. And then the next position, obviously, she came back. She started using a lot of F-bombs. The sad thing is there were a lot of kids on the stand, and she's actually loved by the Chicago fans. So that was unacceptable. I literally simply got out and put my hand up in the air. I was like, listen, I'm here to protect women and support my friend, Sophie Cunningham. And then they threw me out of the game.
You know, all you're asking for, which I find interesting, is you want a refund of your ticket. Now, if you look at according to the WNBA, any physical or verbal altercation with a fan is treated as conduct detrimental to the game. And they have the authority, the WNBA office holds the authority to issue heavy fines or multi-game suspensions for players who cross the line in berating or cursing spectators. Yet she only got support from her coach. I don't see the WNBA doing a thing.
Nope.
I would argue that you probably have a case of discrimination against the WNBA. Number one, for being kicked out. Number two, for being banned. Maybe the message, if that owner is going to respond that way and compare you to a shooter, what's your reaction to him? Will you now consider maybe further legal action?
You know, Sean, I played 11 years basketball in NBA, and I know the rules. I simply got to put my up in the air. And I did not cross over the baseline or sideline, and we're not allowed to touch any players, obviously, the fans. So I didn't break any rules. So for them to come out and throw me out of the game, and literally, you know, they said his actions was equal to shooting a gun. I just cannot believe it. I don't know who is his PR person, but they're doing a terrible job. So we might be looking into a lawsuit for sure, because this is unacceptable, and this is not what a sportsmanship look like. Natasha Cloud should be the one that's thrown out of the game or get fined. We wrote to you know, commissioner and the task force. We are waiting for them to hear back, but this is just unacceptable. This is not what a sportsmanship look like. So we'll just wait to see what happens.
Guys, this is a disaster for the WNBA. Now, obviously, he hasn't done it yet. There's multiple possibilities here. He could sue the WNBA organization itself. He could sue the Chicago Sky. They also have him banned, right? And I don't know if it's just the stadium or from Chicago Sky games or both, but effectively they are now getting to the point of infringing upon his rights, okay? And he could easily say, well, this wouldn't have happened if I wasn't, if I didn't have this shirt on, or if I didn't have the political views that I had, or if I didn't say I wanted to play in the WNBA. I honestly feel like at this point, he would have a pretty easy case. When you start looking at the actual policies and procedures and says, well, hey, you can identify in whatever way that you want, and they have to accept it, then I don't really see how you could get around that.
And they actually have a WNBA fan code of conduct as well. A spectator, by the way, should be issued a warning for any alleged violation before being forced to leave the game.
Exactly.
Were you issued I read you were not issued a warning. Is that true?
Not at all. Not at all. Listen, they threw me out of the game immediately. And when I say, listen, I didn't even cuss at her. I just literally was there to just support my friend. It just, they know they're in the corner right now. They know what they did wrong. So we're definitely going to look in some lawsuit and see what happens. But it's just sad to see all the kids out there had to see Natasha Cloud dropping F-bombs and acting wild. But I just hope that she can check herself. Article 13, right, Section 1 says if you identify as a woman, you're allowed to play. So if they tomorrow they can come up and add the word biological next to the female, I will drop everything immediately. But till then, I am allowed to play. I should be playing, and I will be getting ready for the 2027 WNBA draft.
Now, I'm not saying that every judge is going to go directly by the book or you know, follows procedures to a T, because obviously you have differing opinions as well, and it does come down to people's opinion a lot of the time. However, at least given what we've seen so far, it appears to me as though Inez is in a pretty sound position. He also has multiple players. He mentioned here that he has multiple other players that are going to attempt the same thing as well. So if it doesn't work for him, then you're potentially looking at a class action.
They have no idea what they're getting us into, because I'm already talking to 3 European players, 3 college players, and 2 former NBA players. They said if they don't change the rules, we are about to put our name in the WNBA draft in 2027 as well.
I say this in the strongest terms possible for anyone who's a WNBA supporter or anyone from the WNBA who's responsible for the organization. take this seriously. This isn't something that's just going to be small and, oh, he got his 5 seconds of fame and now he's over it. He's already a former NBA player. He's already was famous. He doesn't need to do this to do more, to get more famous. This is a serious issue. He clearly doesn't want men and women's sports. Nobody does that is of sound mind. It's totally ridiculous. It's woke as hell. People obviously are rejecting it. It's not just about men and women's basketball. It's about in sports in general. It's about trying to shut this down. It's about not trying to let it have any momentum. No motion, no exceptions, point blank, period. And I 100% respect some people what Ines is doing. Some people don't respect it because, you got Royce White with a wig on and a full goatee. And, for Ines, it's similar sentiment. But I feel like if you're not going to stand up and do something, then just shut the hell up. Somebody has to do something. The only reason things have gotten this far because there's not enough men that are standing up. We already know that you can't just have women just leading everything. Some stuff's going to start going to chaos. There's too many feelings involved. You got to have men stand up and be like, nah, this is what it is. This is what the men going to do. Here's what the women going to do, period. And that's all that there is to it. Now that things have gotten to where they're at now, you got to have people like Inez and Royce White and hopefully others really kind of come at this system directly, point out the holes in it and the flaws in it, and really expose these people to where you back them into a corner and they have to make a move. Otherwise, it's gonna be checkmate. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Big shout out to my members, Cybernoodle 655, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, Pinecone 6, and Arcano. Always appreciate you.
So God bless you. Congratulations, you guys. You're amazing. Congratulations. You guys are amazing, okay? Know it.